Hey everybody, my name is Sharon Quinn and I'm also known as the original runway diva, and you are watching Model Behavior. Class is officially in session. Today my guest is Marco Mays, the co-founder and the image and events manager of In Your Image, a lifestyle management company specializing in image and brand management. He is highly sought after for his ability to seamlessly create, plan, and execute the ideas and visions of his clients. Welcome, Marco, to Model Behavior.
Thank you, Sharon. Thank you for having me.
Now, I don't know why I was having trouble with the word ability, but it is what it is. Let's get right into it. Now, you're a stylist and you have an events management company. I always thought of you as like a personal stylist. That's not what you do?
Well, I'll say it's one of my hats as a personal developer inside of the brand and image management. That's part of it. That's part of, as far as for a client, it could be personal or corporate.
So now, what is brand and image management? Because brand is like the big word that everybody uses now.
And oftentimes it's misused. The quickest way to explain it, the way I explain it to my clients, if you had a white ball, and you had a white ball with Nike swoosh on it, the brand is actually the ball with the swoosh on it.
Okay.
What In Your Image does is teach the person how to get the ball together before Nike put the swoosh on it. So image is actually just the ball, and the swoosh becomes just the brand.
Oh, that's interesting. I never thought of it like that. So you help get the ball together before, so that Nike would be attracted to the ball.
Exactly.
So now, how do you take a client from start to finish and get them to that point?
The first step is a mirror, believe it or not.
Why?
Because it's self. It's part of getting yourself together. It's a mental process. And a lot of time that's why it kind of mixes a lot with fashion and entertainment. It's that mental process to get the client to start thinking. If you're going to be in business, be in business. If you're going to be a model at all times.
Okay. Now, can you elaborate on that? When you say if you're going to be a model at all times, does that mean that from the moment you come out of your house, you should be looking like a model at all times? Or does it mean something else?
It means both,
Okay.
believe it or not. You come from the model world. You know that you are being looked upon at every minute, every moment. One of the things we teach, like our models that come in for model development, when you go to castings, one of the things we teach, don't get ready at the casting. Get ready somewhere else, because someone is watching you come up to the casting.
Well, see, that's a rank amateur that gets prepared at the casting.
Yes, and
believe it
or not, people still do it. They'll get there and go to the bathroom and change clothes. And guess who you're going to run into a lot of times coming in and out the bathroom?
The director, the casting director, the producers. Yeah, I get it. Now, what sort of, do you look for clients or do you have clients come to you? Is there a certain type of person that you're drawn to?
There's no certain type. And believe it or not, over 8 years, people have actually came to us.
Really?
Yes.
Do you have any recognizable names that we would know besides myself? Because I know that you, I like when you come to New York and you put my stuff together, because that's not one of my strong suits. I mean, I can do it, but you give it that, you put things on it that I don't even think about. So, I mean, tell me somebody else other than me.
Oh, okay. It's hard to say because I style everybody. It's kind of like a force of habit. We're friends with Gwendolyn DeVoe. I style her. You know, it's kind of like one of those things I just do. I do my mom, I do my sister, I do my dad.
Now, what is it that made you? What made you come into this line of work? What is it that made you know that this was your passion? It is your passion, right?
Yes, it is.
So how did you discover that? Have you always been stylish?
I've always been stylish, but my mom and my dad have always been stylish as well. So I know I got it from them. And I always wanted to be a model growing up, but my mom was like, you need a body to be a model. Oh. Yes, she was just that harsh. And I didn't get into modeling until like 27. So I was a late bloomer in it. So But I've always been stylish. I've always been the lifestyle person, party, events, everything. So it just kind of grew.
But what was the thing, what was that pivotal moment where you said, okay, I need to create a business based around this thing that I love so much?
Wow. Full Figure Fashion Week, believe it or not, 3 years ago, was the pivotal for me. It was like the moment where I figured I had so many hats, I need to centralize those hats down, because I was all over the place. It was like we all have many talents. We always want to tap into them. And believe it or not, when people know those many talents, they take advantage of those talents.
Yes, they do.
And you have to, and any business person at some point, you have to come to the point and say, hey, I got to do this for the money. I got to set something aside and just do this because this is my passion. I walked away from a $100,000 computer job from Computer Science Corporation in intelligence to do this. So it is a passion.
I didn't know that, and I thought I knew a lot. I didn't know that. I thought I knew a lot about you. That I did not know.
Computer Science Corporation for over 8 years in intelligence.
Do you have any regrets about doing that, or are you really happy?
Oh no. I'm extremely happy. It was the pivotal point for me to switch over. My HR manager came to my desk and asked me to plan her wedding.
Really?
Yes. And I was like, I don't plan weddings. She was like, yes, you do. And I'm like, no, I don't. And 2 weeks before her wedding, I put in my resignation. I put my house on the market. And the day of her wedding, well, the morning after her wedding, I moved to Atlanta.
And that's where it all started for you?
Yes.
And well, clearly you haven't looked back.
No.
Now, how did you come up with the name of your company, In Your Image? And it's spelled a little differently. But how did you come up with that?
I'll credit my business partner, Tiffany Michelle Parker. She got married. As in every business, we do SWOT analysis to create layers of, it's basically a timeline where we teach them to do just your basic paperwork, letterhead, stuff like that. Believe it or not, people just skip over that. But it's an important part because it's the part where you sit down and go through colors, what it's going to pick up for your clients' names.
You're talking about your logo.
Yeah, from the logo perspective. No, actually, it starts with color, and then you move to the logo, because you got to figure out what colors you want to attract your people or your clients. Most people don't think of it that way. What colors are attractive to you, and we started there.
Okay.
And the logo that you see now, In Your Image, the name came up because we was like, in your image, because the mirror, it has to be in your image. It doesn't matter what you do. It always has to be in your image because perception is reality to humans.
Okay. Now, excuse me. You also have you wear a lot of hats. You still do,
yes.
even though you narrowed it down, and you've been front end and operations coordinator for Full Figure Fashion Week.
Yes.
How long have you been doing that?
3 years.
And what does that entail?
Woo. Woo. Let's see. Now I still got something to sit on. Wow. I'm the hospitality person.
Okay.
Again, it's what you mentioned before. When I sat down with Miss DeVoe and asked her about what vision she wanted for her people that were coming to, well, I don't say her people, I would say her followers or the people that were attending Full Figure Fashion Week. What did she want them to see when they first got there? How did you want them to feel? And she wanted them to feel at home. She wanted to feel a part of the network. Here, there are no VIPs. Everyone is a VIP.
Okay.
And she wanted that feeling. So my job was to create that.
And how do you do that? Now, I know that you have a massive team of volunteers that you corral together and put them at all the different events that are happening throughout the week, but it's so much more that it entails.
Yes.
How do you keep it all together?
Yeah. Structure, management, time management is really crucial. It always worked good it always works well to have good volunteers.
Okay.
Like this year, we had over 200 volunteers. We had awesome volunteers. And when you give them an assignment, the easiest way to manage, I will give Sharon this assignment, and I will give Marco this assignment. Now, if something goes wrong with that assignment, the only person I need to look at is the person I assign it to. I don't have to assign it to 5 people. I assign it to 1.
Okay.
So time management happen, and management of that duty is only on a one-on-one basis.
Now, how do you? But that's a lot of people to oversee. 200 people. How do you keep that? Excuse me. How do you keep that? How do you keep track of all of those people?
Well, we have a volunteer coordinator, Miss Martha Hunter. She is amazing. I had to whip her she called me drill sergeant. So had to whip her into shape, but she whipped me into shape sometime this year. So that was good because she's learning the process. Again, it's structure. Emails, early on, you tell people how you're going to communicate. You stick to that. And you stick to the headline or the leader of every place we put them. And it becomes just a simple pick up the phone or email process.
Now, I saw the volunteer orientation. How do you distinguish? Because you got to know just by you doing a room check. You're like, yeah, you're going to be a problem.
Yes.
How do you distinguish the good volunteer from maybe the not so good volunteer?
Yeah. That's the intuition thing I've always been born with. Could get a little scary, but I've always been able to see the energies of people or feel energies of people quite well. I'm a big believer that there is good and bad in the world. There is push, pull. There's an opposite. And they work off of each other. They have to balance each other out. So when the volunteer thing comes about, orientation is quite important. And they don't know, but well, maybe now they do. But they're on the watch at that point. You know, how you ask a question, how you come in looking, because we leave it open. We don't tell them how to come in to look.
Oh, you don't give
We don't give them instruction on how to look for orientation. We only give them instruction on how to look where we put them.
So this is like casting on
Yes,
the road.
that's it.
Your audition starts from the moment you walk in the door. I didn't.
No, take it back. It starts from us walking up the sidewalk, seeing you stand on the sidewalk.
Really?
You out there chewing gum, smoking, and on your phone, and oh, okay, she's a big social media person. I have to watch her with her cell phone.
Wow. Now, what goes into now? People have different duties.
Yes.
You have volunteers working different events, but everybody wants to work that big event. Those last 2 shows, or maybe everybody wants that gig on the boat. What kind of volunteer gets those special positions?
Those are the ones that have dedicated the time. Oftentimes, those are the ones that come back. You know, they show the initiative. You pretty much can kind of tell. It's like being that manager at work. You know who always come in late for work. You know who always stay late for work. You know who take 2-hour lunch breaks. You know who always has an excuse. And those are the ones you gravitate away from. You know, okay, I remember last year. And
yeah, this year you're going to be
there.
Yeah. You're going to be at the door downstairs for the first event. I feel you.
Yeah, so.
Well, what qualities, besides punctuality, reliability, and grooming,
Vicky.
What else do you look for when you look for volunteers? I mean, it's Full Figure Fashion Week. Does your size matter at all?
No, believe it or not. And, you know, when the pictures, that's why we ask for pictures, current pictures.
So you do ask for pictures,
We do.
yes.
We ask for current pictures with the application and a background resume. So we get all of those things, and we look over every one of them.
Oh, they have to submit resumes? I didn't even know that.
Resume, fill in the application process, and a current picture.
Okay, and from there now you asking for a picture. Why are you asking for a picture? If it's Full Figured Fashion Week, why do you need a picture?
Well, we don't want to stumble or halter anyone for participating in Full Figure Fashion Week. It's about empowering yourself. It's a family. I think it's a family to me.
Okay.
So if I know you're on the pluser side, I'm not going to put you in the back dresser area to be running back and forth because I know backstage can get a little hectic. But you will work on a front end at a table, welcoming, checking in, and whatever.
So your look is important.
Yes, yes.
Okay, now you got another hat.
Uh-oh.
You are the, let me see if I can get it right, the lifestyles editor
Yes.
for DeVoe Magazine. The premiere issue came out during Full Figure Fashion Week this year.
Yes.
It's a limited edition, only a few amount of copies available. So if you got one, you got a collector's item.
Yes, you did.
What was that like, and what did that job entail?
Oh, wow. Oh, man. When Evie first asked me to do it.
And Evie, when you say Evie, you mean
I'm sorry, Evie Foster, the editor-in-chief of the magazine.
Okay.
When she first came to me, she was like, Mark, I would like to be a part of the magazine. What position you think you fulfill? I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. So after sitting down and we spoke a little bit, lifestyle just kind of came about because I'm a lifestyle manager with my company, and it was the perfect fit because it gave me the leeway to kind of do a little bit of everything from the styling to the managing, even to the image, because in the issue we use Miss Nikki Mack out of Atlanta. I know her on a personal level, and she's bigger than life. I'll give her that. She's bigger than life. She's hair show bigger than life, and I know a softer side of her. So one of the goals, and I thought it would be a good idea, is to show that. Go glam.
So you styled that the fashion spread they did on Miss Nikki?
Yes.
Okay, so now, what was that like? Because she is her own personality. And were you trying to, do something maybe different? Did she give you a hard time, or was she resistant to? Because we can be resistant to change.
Yes.
I know that with my nude lipstick.
Well, it's one of those things that Miss Nikki is. She's one of my babies. I would say, like you guys are. You one of my babies. I gave her a room for resistance.
Okay.
I did the mind thing as well. I'm like, you know what? I'll give you your nails, but I gotta have the rest.
Okay. And then
so we worked out.
I saw the spread. It looked pretty good. I still want to see her
softer,
go even deeper with that.
We're working on it.
Okay.
Don't worry about it, because she called it a rebranding. That was the term she put on it. She said, "This is a rebranding for me, and I'm totally open to this." So that made it so much easier.
So, tell me, as a stylist, as a brand management person, dream client.
Oh, wow.
Because, I have a dream client for you, but I want to hear what you got to say.
Oh, wow.
Dream client, male and female.
Oh, male and female. Female, let's see.
It's so obvious. I cannot believe that you are not thinking of this person, because she need help, Lord Jesus.
I'm not going to do that with you. I'm not. I don't know if there's a set dream client, because I'm so big on helping everyone.
Okay, potential clients. It's got to be some.
I love the fashion and entertainment industry, and there's something about crisis management that's out of PR.
That's a good word. That's a good word.
There's something about crisis management to where I like going in, fixing it, making it right, or trying to get it right.
Okay, you're not going to say it. I'm just going to throw it on out there. I'm going to give you a client.
Okay.
You tell me, based on her fashion history, what you would do with this client. Gabourey Sidibe.
Believe it or not, our business partner is looking into that. Mental. I would start mental.
When you say mental?
The mirror. I think she's ran to the brand side first, like I was mentioning before. She's on that brand side. I'm a star. I can do what I want now. I've made a little money in Hollywood. But you haven't figured out who you are as a person. I see something deeper with her. in her eyes a lot of times, and that's just me, that you have people putting stuff on you. You have people, you like the hype part of it, which a lot of people like the hype and glamour side. But at the end of the day, when she goes home, I still see there's something she don't quite like about herself.
Really?
Yeah, I get that from her. That's my personal opinion. And
Interesting.
that she don't like something quite about herself because she let everyone else have power. It doesn't matter. I know celebrities that keep power. And what I mean giving other people power over you, it's like you let people make decisions for you that you know you don't want.
You mean like fashion decisions?
Especially fashion decisions for her.
Well, I would think, I mean, because I've met her. She's a cool sister. I like her a lot. She comes off extremely confident.
Down to earth, yes.
And I'm a staunch proponent of you have to think you're beautiful before anyone else
Exactly.
will think that. And I think that she thinks, well, she knows that she's beautiful.
Yes.
But for me, I don't wear stuff that I don't feel comfortable in. And I've seen her stumble fashion-wise
Yes.
quite a few times. And you think that that's attributed to her?
Giving the power away. It's like you said, she feels confident as a woman in who she is as a person. But a lot of times the flip side of that empowerment is like, I'm using this in every angle possible to get what I want, but you don't know quite what you want yet.
Well, you do. I tend to think that half of the problem is some of the people, whoever's on her glam squad. One, you need to come to Full Figure Fashion Week and check out some of the designers that maybe are not in the mainstream. And because she likes to play with fashion.
Yes.
I would think that you would start looking outside the box for her.
Yes.
I mean, we already know that the high-end designers can dress her. But I'd like to see her play more with color and accentuate her body frame
Yes.
and things like that. And I think that it goes to the people that she's given the power to.
Yes. And I agree with you. She needs to explore the indie designers that are out there for plus. I know designers that design specifically for her size. I know designers that do that. Why her team of stylists don't know that?
And I'm not going to say that they don't know, because I know
Or
for a
not
fact
using it.
they've been approached.
Or they're not
And
using it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, even one of my clients was asked to do a gown for her. They turned it down
Wow.
because they felt it wasn't pretty enough for her.
Okay.
So there's something else going on there. So
Well, that's interesting. Gabby, if you are listening or one of your friends is listening, give Brother Marco Mays here a call, because he's going to hook you up. The brother, he made me feel beautiful just by adding things like the little flower he's wearing and helping me get my accessory game together. You need to give him a call. I'm going to put up the website address and everything at the end of this show. Call him. Now,
yeah, call me.
Now, give me your dream client mail, because you know
Wow.
what? Forget that, because I don't want to run out of time before
Okay,
I throw out there that you working on a little clothing line.
Oh, you spilling the secrets.
Okay, I won't.
But you're fine. Go ahead.
You working on a clothing line,
Yes.
and I mean I've seen some of the sample pieces. Can I tell them that it's unisex?
Yes.
Some of the pieces are unisex, and I like your whole flavor. I've never seen you look bad. Even when you dress down, you look good, and that is a testament to the level of style that you have. So I'm really, really excited about this clothing line. How did you come up with the concept for this line?
Believe it or not, it's the same concept where you and Miss Gwen going to New York Fashion Week, and you saw clothes that you couldn't fit. These are not for me. Believe it or not, I am in the big and tall. And most people don't want to believe that. That's plus men.
It's very true.
So big and tall. I have a long torso, upper torso. So, and I was born in the South eating cornbreads and collard greens. So from the waist down, I can't fit Gap jeans like the regular Gap person. And from my torso up, I can't wear large Banana Republic shirts because my arms are too long.
Okay.
So it started me making clothes for myself Full Figure Fashion Week. And you're like,
Pink suit.
oh,
yes.
wow, that was the
First one,
the
2010.
very first one. They were like, oh my God. And it just kind of kicked off from there. I have to have clothes. So I would say 95% of my closet is handmade. And it just kind of like people like the clothes. And I was like, you know what? Let me start making something. I like resort wear. So my collection is men resort wear. And which is really kind of relaxing. So.
Okay, well, you hear that music.
Yeah, I hear it.
It's real subtle, but I know you hear it. And that means that we are just about out of time. I'd like to thank my guest, Marco Mays,
Very
for
welcome.
sharing his industry knowledge with us today. Now, before I go, as always, I want to leave you with a few thoughts. I want you to, one, remember that you can't change the game until you first learn the game. Number two, always surround yourself with positive people and positive things. And lastly, do what you love and love what you do. And don't forget to like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Pinterest. If you missed an episode of Model Behavior, make sure you check out our YouTube channel and get caught up on all of our previous episodes. Until next time, thanks for watching Model Behavior, and I'll see y'all next week, Saturday at 11:30 a.m. Class is officially dismissed. Bye, y'all.